Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow Room. And we continue working our way through the letter L backwards through the alphabet. We've got some really cool stuff here, actually, including a bunch of discs by Magnus Lindberg. Wonderful composer, absolutely fantastic. Born in 1958. We are practically contemporaries. He's only 3 years older than I am. And we've got, the Avanti Chamber Orchestra on Undine, conducted by Sakari Oramo, who's since developed quite a career for himself, as has Lindberg. Lindberg began life as a sort of wild-eyed, radical avant-gardist with works like Kraft, which is big and noisy and loud and fun to listen to. But he's mellowed somewhat since then. Especially since he started writing concertos for famous soloists. And his music is exciting and rhythmic and colorful and, full of invention. And he's really deserves as much attention as he can get. He was, I think, composer in residence in New York for a while, I think. I don't remember exactly, but I think so. And Undine was doing a lot of recording of his stuff. They've stopped since then, but there's still a lot of fun stuff. And here is Arena 2, Coyote Blues, Tendenza, and Corrente. These were composed between 1982 and 1996 with the Avanti Chamber Orchestra, as I said, led by Sakari Oramo. It's all worth hearing. He's interesting, very, very interesting, and he has a lot of integrity in what he writes. It sounds exciting but never dumbed down, and even when he's at his most approachable. Then we've got Feria, Corrente 2. We already have Corrente 1 is over here, Corrente 2 is over here, and Arena, 1994-95. These were all written between 1991 and 1997. And this is with the Finnish Radio Symphony Orchestra under Jukka-Pekka Saraste. This is really, really a fun record. I enjoyed this one. And again, it's on Undine. Then we've got the 21C collection on Deutsche Grammophon, where we have Aura, in memoriam Witold Lutoslawski, which is rather cool, with the BBC Symphony, and Engine with the London Sinfonietta, all very ably conducted by the late, great Oliver Knussen. He was amazing. He really, really was. And this is fun stuff. And then we have another Undine, I think. No, is this Sony? Yes, it's Sony, with Esa-Pekka Salonen leading the Philharmonia, with Cantigas, which is like an oboe concerto sort of thing. His cello concerto with Anssi Karttunen, Parada, and Fresco. Yeah, Fresco, 21 minutes of orchestral mayhem. Oh, it's just endless fun. With Esa-Pekka Salonen doing the honors. And, those are my Lindbergh's downstairs. There's a bunch more stuff upstairs, because remember, he did a percussion concerto and a clarinet concerto and all these other things that were really, really enjoyable. So Lindberg is somebody worth encountering. So I'm telling you now, if you want to wonder who the major contemporary music composers are, it's kind of interesting how a lot of these folks, they have their moment in the sun, they get a bunch of discs made, and then they sort of disappear. Because the label is no longer doing the things with them that they used to, or, for whatever reason. And Lindberg, had his moment in the 90s and the early 2000s, and then he sort of vanished. He first came to my notice when I was working at High Fidelity Magazine in the 80s, because Kraft won an ICSC award, right, or IRC, the International Record Critics, IRCA. Wasn't it IRCA? I think that's what it was, ICSC. I don't know. There was a whole thing. And Kraft did it in those days. And so there was a Finlandia recording, I believe, at the time. And he sort of burst on the scene. And he had a really good run. And it deserves to continue. It really does. So whatever he's doing, I hope it's going well. Then we have this Hensler disc, which is lots of fun. Jenny Lin, the excellent pianist who specializes in contemporary music and other goodies, is doing Preludes to a Revolution, Russian Piano Preludes, 1905 to 1922. This is fun stuff. on Hensler, as I said. If you haven't heard this disc, you should. You've got Lyudov, Glier, Stanchinsky, a lot of Stanchinsky, Arthur Lurie, Alexandrov, Scriabin, Obuhov, Vishnegradsky, Ivan Vishnegradsky, 1892 to 1954. No, he's 1893 to 1979. There you go. Samuel Feinberg, his 4 preludes, Opus 8, and Nikolai Roslovets, 5 preludes. Really kind of cool. Very cool, in fact. A wonderfully adventurous program. It's the kind of thing that gets stuck into record collections and it disappears because the composers aren't well known, but it's a very well thought out and wonderfully played program. I keep it under L for Lin. I mean, you got to put it somewhere, and that's as good a place as any. And then last but not least, oh yes, Douglas Lilburn, New Zealand's biggest composer, 1915 to 2001. We have a whole pile of orchestral works. He also wrote 3 symphonies, but the orchestral works here, we have the Adioria Overture. Go pronounce it down in New Zealand and don't give me a hard time. That's New Zealandish for New Zealand. A Birthday Offering, the Drysdale Overture, Forest, a tone poem, A Song of the Islands, a tone poem, a song of islands, pardon me, Festival Overture, and the Processional Fanfare with the New Zealand Symphony and James Judd. This is basically all his orchestral music, I think, except for the 3 symphonies. It's very, very, very enjoyable. I mean, he started out in the school of Sibelius and Vaughan Williams, and then he became much more adventuresome, shall we say. But this is great fun. It's on Naxos. So if you're if you like Sibelius and Vaughan Williams, you'll probably want to hear Lilburn. You'll enjoy him. I guarantee that. So keep on listening, friends. More L's to come. Take care.